Yeah, so looking in that first ban, we do see that Rumble will be banned out. A target ban onto Rux, I believe. So
Is he a
Rux,
Rumble main or is
he's
Rumble
had
really
some
scary?
really good games with that Rumble recently. So something you really want to just not deal with at all. And we do see Fizz being banned. That is a target ban towards Fizz top for JLC. We did see last game that I believe TG did
TG.
have a very successful game on that
Fizz
Rumble,
top.
on that Fizz, and Ergot being banned as well. So just a very strong AD carry. We actually haven't seen much of it in the last 2 days. However,
Yeah, no.
it's still a very strong AD carry, especially on 8, who has been known for this Ergot. And let's see.
Anivia.
So Light's actually been practicing a lot of Anivia as well.
Okay.
So I haven't seen him play it competitively, but in solo queue and I believe in scrims, he has been playing a lot of this Anivia. So
Was it really good?
I believe it was.
Wow, so that's how scary it is. They had to use a ban onto a Anivia. It's even super off meta.
I feel like it's banning what they don't know, because it's better to ban things that, like, it's better to leave things. If you had a choice between something unknown or something that you know that you're gonna play, I feel like banning the unknown factor is much more important, as you don't know anything about it, you don't know how to play against it, you don't know how he's gonna play it. And Rek'Sai being banned for Wargods, that's actually really interesting that they decided to leave the Kalista open for Hate to take. Hate has been playing a lot of Kalista as in his time as AD carry. So let's see if maybe Wargods first picks it, or if IPT decides to take it later on in the rotation.
What do you think is, wow, a Nara, a first pick Nara. What do you think about that, man?
So that's very, actually that makes a lot of sense, as Rox has also had a lot of really strong Gnar games in the past. And let's see how they decide to counter this.
Yeah, they just want to take Gnar away from Rox?
Yeah, I feel like that's both taking away Gnar away from Rox, and also Gnar is a really safe first pick. You don't really reveal much about your strategy by taking Gnar. Like, Gnar can be played in pretty much a lot of comps in various situations. So, really safe pick overall. However, Sejuani is still on the table.
Yes.
Maokai is still on the table, so let's see if either of these teams decide to take it.
You know, Jarvan hasn't been performing really well in the current meta.
That is one of Coops' favorite champions. Last season we did see him on Pacific play that Jarvan quite a bit, so sticking to something more comfortable. Sejuani's still on the table, Nunu's still on the table, however it looks like he will be sticking to what he knows. And Morgana taken, so I actually feel like this might be a mid lane Morgana rather than a support Morgana, as it's very interesting to be taking this Morgana so early into the rotation. And
well, I guess it'll keep them thinking if ever it's going to be a mid laner or a support, but as you have said, Sejuani's open and they took it.
Yep.
Wargods.
And with that, yeah, so Sejuani really great champion right now. That Glacial Prison is game changing during those team fights. And Annie being taken, so this is more of a Filipino type of meta pick. In solo queue you see Annie being banned out a lot, and I can kind of see the reasoning behind this. The Tibbers is really strong. The AoE stun that it provides and the burst damage coming in, as well as that roaming potential from Annie is really strong, really great. And IPT is just gonna, Wargods I believe, is just gonna go for this really strong laners, snowball from the lane, and win the game from there. So that's what the Annie provides by the roam potential, just really safe laning. And we take a look at IPT, they are hovering over the Ziggs and they are hovering over the Lucian. So, Shen top.
Shen, it's been a while since I've seen a Shen, and it's gonna be really exciting if they do lock this in. It's only 2 seconds left.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is. There we go. A Shen top, man. What do you think of that?
I've actually been seeing a bit of Shen top recently. I'm not sure why there's been a resurgence in the Shen in the current meta. I guess the utility from the ultimate and the shadow taunt.
Yeah, the taunt.
The taunt is just really strong, and it looks to me, by taking the Shen, IPT's gonna be going for a more 1-4 split push style, where they have Shen pushing a solo lane and the other players just moving up and just going for a strong 4-man team fight. So the Ziggs is definitely a possibility. I can definitely see a Ziggs being taken to complete this IPT roster, as that'll provide a lot of burst, a lot of sustained damage, and a lot of peel with that
Yes.
satchel charge.
Do you think? Oh, are we gonna see a mid lane
Oh,
Ezreal?
so it looks like that will be an Annie support actually.
Yeah.
Go stronger with a.
Double
I want to
ADC
say
comp?
Corki mid. However, that's the magic with this Corki and Ezreal. You can flex it in both the mid lane and the AD carry. It could be an Ezreal mid or it could be a Corki mid. If you go for a Corki mid, you're most likely going to be going for a Luden's Echo
AP.
with the Triforce. So get that Triforce, then start building up the AP. However, if you go it, make it as the AD carry position, you're going for a more just standard AD carry comp. And wow.
Wow, there we go. Oh, a Zed! Despite the nerfs, I don't think a lot of people are afraid of the 1 second before you return to your shadow after the ultimate.
Yeah, I don't know how hard it's affected the Zed plays. I guess you have to be a little bit more calculated when going for those plays. And Zed looks pretty strong on paper. He's got 3 fairly squishy targets to choose from. Ezreal, Corki, Annie. So lots of assassination potential, and let's see how this goes.
Yeah, I mean, but even though we see a Zed ulting any of these squishy targets, for example, the Ezreal or the Corki, they do have some sort of way to escape the follow-up damage. So I'm not really sure about the Zed pick either. And also, I'd like to point out Light on that Ezreal. We've seen him perform really well at the mid lane. I think at the previous split, when he was still in IPT, it was the time, I'm not sure kung sino yung kalaban nila, but I think they were really behind IPT. And then suddenly, bam! He got the Triforce, he got the power spike, and then he was really in good positions when he's doing all these team fights, and then he carried the game, and they won, even despite being really behind at the early game.
That's definitely true of Light. Light is probably one of the better mid laners in the Philippines right now. I'd probably rank him within the top 3 for sure, if not one of the best mid laners right now. And he's shown it time and time again last season. The games versus Wargods just during his IPT season, even though they placed 3rd place, he had a really strong performance. And now that he has the rest of this Wargod roster on his side, Wargods is looking really scary. Their team comp is really scary. And in regards to the way Wargods will play this game, I feel like they're going to be going for a lot of really strong trading. They're going to be looking for those 1v1s, solo kills, and just snowball the game from there. As I don't really want to describe, they play sort of like a glorified solo queue where they have 5 strong players. All of them are mechanically strong, and they just outplay the enemy team and snowball it from there.
Wow.
And on the other hand, IPT, they have shown pretty strong performances in recent tournaments. I believe they placed around 3rd place at the TNC Cup last week. So they've had a lot of really good performances. However, they are using a new mid laner, I believe, Suez, as for the past month or so they had been practicing with IPT Said, not to be confused with Mineski Said.
Okay, gotcha.
And it'll be interesting to see how what Suez can provide to this table. He is playing against Light, and it's gonna be pretty interesting just to see how this IPT comp works out overall.
Let me get this straight. Suez is a new player. He's not from any of the previous teams. He
last season he wasn't on any of the teams. However,
he's a new guy.
However, he was in the scene a year ago, and he was on that Wargods team.
Oh.
I believe at Rampage 2014. So he's been around. He took a break last season, and now he's back.
The same role. Mid laner.
Actually no, he moved from the AD carry position to the mid lane.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's like I'm seeing this. He practiced for a year in the mid lane now, for the mid lane rather. And now
hyperbolic time chamber doing his Super Saiyan training. Let's see if he goes. Let's see how he does this game.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, though, we are going to head on to the game in a while.
Yeah, and just a quick reminder, this is being played live at the Pinoy Gaming Festival 2015 Summer Assembly.
Yep.
At the 4th floor of the Annex in SM North. So
Cyberzone.
If you're nearby, or maybe stop by, and I believe tomorrow there'll still be games going on I believe there's
There's
going to be
show
show
match?
matches between the LCL teams. I believe it's going to be DLSU versus ADMU, if I'm corrected.
Yeah, yeah, that's right, Neep. Anyway, though, once again, welcome to the Pro Gaming Series 2015 Summer Split Group Stage, brought to you by Gamex and Smart Prepaid. You are watching the second match for today between Gamex.Wargods and Imperium Pro Team.
Yeah, so let's introduce the players on the Gamex.Wargods side. We will have JLC on that Gnar. In the jungle, we will be having Ochi playing that Sejuani. For the mid lane, we will be having Light on that Ezreal, and for the bot lane, we will be having Efik and Stronger on that Corki and Annie duo.
Right, so yeah, for Imperium Pro Team, we have the Shen top used by Rox. Rox, right?
Yes.
Yes, and for the sorry man, my eyes are so. Anyway, jungler first. Jungler Jarvan by Coops. And mid laner, the Suez, right? Suez
Yes.
on Zed, and the bottom lane duo we have Lucian and that Morgana with used by Hate and Poisanity. Yeah, gotcha.
So fairly standard starts coming in from both teams. I don't think they will be going for the invades, just getting wards in that river, ensuring that the other team doesn't do anything sneaky. And it'll be interesting to see how this pans out. We do see that the items are looking fairly standard coming in from both sides. Nothing cheesy, no Flaskis or no Doran's plays coming up from any of the players. So
yeah, they're just playing safely and defensively.
yeah, so however, something to point out is Rox did go for that early health crystal, so looking to rush the Cinder Hulk on that Shen, which will provide 25% bonus HP. Looking to just be a really big tank coming into the late game. And here comes the laning phase. Farm time.
Yeah, it's Farmville time. And why is that only on the... does it only apply to the red side when the top laners finish Raptors or Wolves or whatever?
It's generally done when you have a smite on your top lane, as it allows you to take the camp much more faster, and you can recall and teleport back to lane while only missing a CS or two, making you ahead in terms of CS, in terms of XP, and allowing you to just trade better since you're stronger with those extra levels.
Right.
And wow, Poisanity trying to take that red buff will miss the dark binding.
Sneaky
Was
tactic.
spotted by that ward, so Ochi knew what was up and just backed away.
Yep. And would like to point out the why did Shen get smite even though there were nerfs with a challenger smite in Cinder?
It's actually really interesting. However, some trading going down. Ignite will go down.
Ignite, yeah. Will it be enough though? Teleport coming from up top. Gnar is right here. JLC hitting, concentrating all their damage onto the Lucian, but looks like nothing will happen there. No deaths, just exchange of summoner spells.
Yeah, so that was actually really good play coming in from IPT. Was able to burn that teleport from...
Oh, here comes an invade coming in from Coop. And now Ochi is super low and he will fall. First blood.
Stuck between a rock and a hard place, as Ochi was trapped between that blue buff dealing lots of damage and that Sejuani, Jarvan I believe, doing lots of damage, and they will take that blue buff, and that is a really good start coming in from IPT.
Wow, so there was a ward there, a deep ward around
so
that
that's
area.
actually surprising, seeing as Jarvan has been nerfed quite a bit in regards to sustain by removing that bonus armor that comes from the Demacian standard, and he managed to... He looked like a Nunu in that fight.
With a counter juggling. You're right, so a 3-buff start for the Jarvan, that's really gonna help him out.
Ooh, can Coops do this?
Yeah, I guess he can.
Let's have that smite.
He has a smite. Wow, so early bird teleport, no blue buff for the Sejuani. Not a good start for Wargods.
Yeah, and this is definitely what IPT needs in order to win this game. Shut down that Sejuani, ensure that she isn't able to help the losing lanes, if there are losing lanes for this Wargods team, and just snowball the game from there. Just slowly build up your objective control, take the dragons, slowly, methodically take the turrets and win the game.
Yes. Actually, I do have a question for you, Neve. If you were to make a chroma skin, which champion and what color would you do? What skin also?
Probably go for the Zac chroma. Like,
what can you do with the Zac?
I feel like Zac, there's just a base skin for Zac. It's just there's a lot of potential for the skins. You could have a bunch of different colored blobs, and I feel like it's a no-brainer to have a Zac chroma. Like Zac doesn't really have that many skins to begin with. You only have that Majin Buu purple Zac.
Majin Buu.
So maybe just add like a red Zac, blue Zac. Doesn't matter what color. Any color would do.
As long as it's a blob, it's still a blob. It's really hard to make a Zac skin though.
Yeah, there's kind of hard to come up with ideas for that. Just based on the fact that he is a blob of glue.
Yeah. Well, aside from, you know, any of the supports.
Support skin wise?
Who's your main support, guys? Guys, for first time viewers, Neep is the support of Naga Esports.
Yeah, well, here comes the gank from Koops. Koops, will he get that? Wow, he does get that.
Wow, really good knockoff. Ignite will drop onto that Sejuani. It's too late for the party. Isn't able to save Ezreal from that.
And Koops is just playing really well right now. This is actually really surprising. Last season, he wasn't really one of the highest ranked junglers in a lot of people's minds, but right now he's looking really strong.
Here comes the ultimate, gets knocked up, but the explosion will be enough. Gets R, and also the flash, R stack rather. Wow.
Yeah, and that's a 1.6 gold lead advantage.
Oh, here comes the Shen ultimate. Stand united. That's why he's so brave. And right now, Annie dies from that. Wow, kills all over the map from IPT. And is he gonna... He's not gonna tower dive.
And IPT is beating Wargods at their own game. Wargods is supposed to be the team that outplays mechanically the opponent. However, we just saw in that mid lane, Suez outplayed OG and Light in that mid lane, getting that double kill, and this will be the dragon for them. And this is a really huge advantage coming in from IPT right now. 2K only 7 minutes in with that dragon, and hopefully IPT is able to snowball this game. However, Wargods is not out of this yet. It is still very early, and they still have a lot of room to just come back with those team fights. With that Sejuani, it's really easy to turn the fight around. Ooh. Annie just saying hi with that auto.
Yeah, don't you just hate that? You just want to go home and then... Oh well.
Especially annoying with that tormented soil from Morgana. You don't even have to auto. You just drop that and just watch as he keeps on trying to recall and has to move out of that soil.
And then sometimes they don't even realize that their recall got cancelled.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happened. So anyway, what happened there was really good play coming from Koops. I mean, he waited for the arcane shift to be used, and then he still got the knockup. Really well played with a gank at the mid, and then after that, the IPT just steamrolled with kills for Agad in just a short time.
Yeah, and then Rox was there to teleport in onto Koops and ensure that he stayed alive and healthy.
Yeah. Did Zed, when he reached level 6, did he immediately use it? I feel like that's what he did earlier.
I believe that actually, yeah, that is what happened. He waited to get level 6. Ochi was still under turret with really low HP, just immediately went on him, was able to dodge everything afterwards.
Yeah, that was super well played. Morgana, Roman, just to look for some picks.
And meanwhile, that bot lane, it has been doing a really good job of staying relevant in this bot lane. Annie Corki is quite a painful lane to lane against, however, especially when you have a Morgana and Lucian. Morgana not really providing the strongest utility in that bot lane, which is why Boy is roaming. Wow.
He's going in. Wow. The ultimate Cataclysm used everything. Now Stronger is trapped right now. Ignite will drop onto him. And now JLC is looking for a kill onto Suez for the revenge. And that will be a 1-for-1 exchange so far. But right now, JLC is gonna go Mega Gnar. Double people are bumped into the wall. And now Ochi will secure the kill for onto Poisanity. 2-for-1.
Yeah, so really good play coming in from JLC right there, teleporting in and punishing that IPT overcommit under turret. IPT dove way too far right there, tried to see if they could get Annie, didn't have enough damage. Rox wasn't there fast enough to follow up on that damage. And meanwhile in bot lane, wow, Hate is 2 levels ahead of Efi.
Yeah.
At that one point into the game, and He's now 20 CS ahead of this Corki, so really good play coming in from Hate. And Annie's just falling behind in regards to roam, trying to keep up with the roam coming in from Poise Sanity, and here comes another roam attempt in that top lane.
Wow, 3 people at the top lane, man. I mean, they really want this kill, but Annie and Sejuani are just nearby. If ever they do try something funny, they don't have vision on it though. Oh, Taunt doesn't connect. Binding doesn't connect either. And right now, 3 people, and now they just want to disengage. Rocks will stand united, and that was very well played.
Wow, that Rocks, he did not care at all. Just teleported right in their faces,
like,
even though, yeah.
He's like, see ya, nerds.
Yeah, see ya, nerds. And just, like, Annie had stun, Sejuani had the Arctic Assault, but nope.
Yeah, it was really surprising that they saw, oops, Annie with the stun, everything, no, let's go. So I guess, no, wow, Taunt will be there. Ignite actually dropping towards that. Oh no. Yeah, he doesn't have Ignite.
No,
False alarm, guys.
The
False alarm.
Smite.
Challenging Smite.
Yeah, looks the same. Like
confusing.
Yeah. And Shen was actually able to proc all three ticks of Challenging Smite from that trade. For those of you who do not know the changes, that happened in 5.9. Challenging Smite was reduced to 4 seconds instead of 6 seconds, so the window of getting that trade is much smaller, and yeah, making it for a much weaker item.
But still, people consider taking it.
Yeah.
For what reason?
Well, first of all, it provides similar damage to if you were to get Ignite. It provides objective control from having another smite. That's double smite, double damage for taking that objective. It's just a really good item.
Wow, Corki taking a lot of damage. Culling being unleashed. Annie is just trying to stay near the carry in case, you know, something funny happens.
Yeah, doesn't know that that ward was in that bush, and here comes OG from the side. See if they can get that flank on.
Yeah, we will see how patient. Anyway, we are gonna see. Yeah, he's gonna leave. He's gonna leave.
Yeah, and the gold lead actually hasn't changed that much over the past 2 minutes.
Oh,
and whoa!
What is that on your screens? That's right. That is the match and win code for y'all. So head on over to your League client, or head on over to the store. Enter the code. Guess squad name, missing letter or number. This is your chance, guys. This is you code IH15 question mark 13KSB719F085.
Yep,
So
who knows? That could be the DJ Sona skin. You're just gonna have to redeem the code and find out what it is.
yeah. So whoever got the code later, congratulations, guys. Guy or girl or summoner. Yeah, you know the drill. So Dragon is live.
Yeah, meanwhile, not much happened. However, both teams are setting up for Dragon now, and we should be seeing lots of action coming in right now within the next minute or so. A team fight breaking out from this Dragon fight. However, I definitely feel that IPT does have this advantage coming into that Dragon fight, even though they don't really have any core items completed. They have that double smite, and they've actually completed the upgrade, the Cinderhold upgrade for that. Ooh.
Oh, double tippers right now, and the Guamo combo coming from Light and everyone from Gamex.Wargods. They managed to execute that beautifully.
IPT got word baited.
Yeah.
Wow. So, that was really cheeky play coming in from Stronger right there, dropping that ping ward, knowing that Hoop would go for that, and Gyro getting that trade. Efeek getting that trade onto Hey. I keep calling him by his first name.
Wait, Gyro?
Yeah.
That was his name before?
That is his. I don't think he's used that name as his IGN. However, he goes around by the community by his first name, so keep getting that messed up. However, Efeek doing some trading, had that red buff, was able to bring Hate pretty low. However, Hate did heal up from that after that trade.
Yep. And Dragon will go to Gamex.Wargods. Very well played with a ward bait there. You don't actually see ward baits a lot, right?
Yeah. I feel like, well, baiting in general actually, you don't really see that much as well. I feel like the greatest bait.
Oh, they want this and it missed.
Yeah. underestimated that movement speed from that mobility boots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, nothing will happen there.
However, that is really bad as they did concede 2 kills and the gold advantage was lost by 1k. So IPT might not have this clear victory yet. Wargods can come back from this deficit as it's a rather small deficit. And here comes the roam towards that top lane.
Yeah. They do get 1 turret for that. And this Shen doesn't have any idea at all. He gets rammed into the wall, and right now the stun will land onto him. He is near the turret. He's just less than half HP. They are committing to this. Will they be able to finish? Stronger taking tower hits, and he is dead. He goes down. And right now, Suez taking a lot of damage, tanking turret hits. Only 1 more auto attack. And he uses a flash just to dodge the true shot barrage.
Yeah, so a lot of action going in right there. Suez overcommitting to that dive at mid lane. I guess he was hoping that Koops would follow up. However, that is an Ezreal. Ezreal does have that arcane shift. Did have that barrier and flash available as well. And in that top lane, that was just really smart juggling. Ooh.
Oh, the Glacial Prison misses. But, well, they will get a turret. You know that the play with the Northern Winds hold that thought. EQ combo, then out, Cataclysm towards that Gnar, and right now Gamex.Wargods just wants to disengage right now because now the members of IPT are trying to clean up. They're running Gamex.Wargods, and they managed to get a kill. That's 2 people dead now, shuts down onto that Gnar, and they get a double kill now. 3 members are dead from Gamex.Wargods. That's a 3-1.
Yeah, that was actually a really good trade from IPT, capitalizing on that retreating Wargods team. Wargods thought that they had the mobility to escape from the clutches of IPT. However, Zed is there, and even though Koops did die, he was able to lock up 2 members of that Wargods team and let his team catch up for those follow-up kills, pushing the goal back to 2k where it was.
Yeah, I was sort of confused about what Jarvan did. He EQ'd, knocked up, flashbacked, and cataclysmed onto the Gnar.
Trying to capitalize the amount of CC on, spread the CC to as many members as he can.
Wow.
So, knock up the carries, and then ultimate the Gnar so Gnar can't do anything stuck in the cataclysm.
Yeah. That was really, they took advantage of what Gamex.Wargods, they just wanted the siege, or whether they were trying to make a pick, and Sejuani didn't have the ultimate at the time since it missed.
Yeah, but that was a really risky play coming in from Suez. 1 second later, and Suez would have died as JLC was about to transform into Mega Arm and would have been able to get that increased HP, stun him, not use his ult, and luckily for Suez, he was able to get that right before JLC turned, making it a really good trade coming in for IPT.
Yep. Oh, by the way, I know your favorite support is Morgana, but what's your hold that thought. Are you just gonna tease this Gnar, or are you... Yeah, he's probably just gonna run away, but now Shen is right there for the backup. He doesn't know! And he's Valkyrie away, and here comes the Ignite, and that will be a secure kill, but gets stunned by the Tibbers and the knockup by Ochi here as well. Shen will go for the backup dun sa bottom lane, but right now at the top lane, we are seeing a lot of stuff on the screen at the moment. But right now, Zed will die, and also at the top lane, someone died as well. That's Jarvan, and right now Shen is running for his life, and that was a pretty bad thing. That's 3-for-1 exchange across the map in favor of Gamex.Wargods.
Yeah, so I'm not really sure what happened right there from the IPT side. Shen was able to teleport in, however Suez overcommitted a bit too much, and he left Koops to die. JLC did have that frozen mallet, and here comes the engage once again.
Wow, so teleport coming from JLC, their damage is concentrating onto Hade. He is burning, and he is on slow, but Poisanity is in big trouble. He is burning as well, and the E from Sejuani will just do the trick.
Yeah, so Gamex.Wargods was able to punish IPT from overextending, trying to see if they could take that inner turret in that mid lane, and because of this, they will be conceding that mid lane, they will be conceding this blue buff, and they will be conceding that next dragon. So Gamex.Wargods once again back in the game, and they have the advantage at this point in time.
Wow, IPT had a really good start, and then Wargods just taking advantage of these little mistakes by IPT, and they're punishing them for it.
The micro decision making is really great, and Coops does engage.
Oh, here comes the Yomu Zed. He is after the Gnar right there. Flash jumps over the wall. The burst will not be enough, but now IPT is starting Dragon.
And I believe Wargods cannot contest this, as Oattree is really far away, Light is really far away, and this could be the second Dragon coming in from IPT.
Wow.
Slowly making their way back, so like trying to hold their ground, even though they gave up a bit of ground themselves. Slowly trying to regain that ground.
Yeah, the goal lead isn't that significant. It's just like 1k.
Yeah, really close game, back and forth between these both teams.
Yeah, but for example, late game, who do you think has a better comp?
I honestly believe that Wargods will come ahead from this comp, as IPT just has too much physical damage, and Zed is very how do I pronounce that word?
Negligible. Negligible?
Yes, once it comes towards that late game, as they will have their QSSs available on those carries.
Oh yeah.
And Sejuani are just really strong threats coming into that late game, as well as that Annie. One good ultimate from the Annie is all you need to turn a team fight around. Meanwhile, IPT has a lot of physical damage, making it really easy for Wargods to itemize in terms of defensive items, stack armor, make them do less damage. And I don't know how well the Shen pick will work out for them coming into this late game.
Yeah, and you're right about the QSS thing. That's really easy to counter unless the Zed is really fed.
Yeah, and Zed is actually 5-2-2 right now, so we'll see how this pans out. And Suez split pushing, however, he does need to be careful, as JLC does have Frozen Mallet.
Oh, he goes into the tower, takes a few turret hits, activates Ignite. He's still taking turret damage and wasn't able to finish off the job. And right now, Sanity is in trouble, and that will be a double kill just in time for Mega Gnar.
Yeah, and this is what I was talking about earlier. JLC is full of mechanicals, these skilled players, and wow, here comes the engage.
Wow, so right now, Coops is in big trouble, and now Rox is also in trouble as well. Light is concentrating all his damage onto Rox. 3 people from Gamex.Wargods just securing the kill onto that Shen. He entered into danger.
Yeah, and he ended up dying.
Yeah, and he saved Jarvan, you know, he sacrificed his life for his friend.
His ultimate is called Stand United, however, in this case, Jarvan, they didn't really stand united, as Jarvan did die. Well, Shen did die, and here comes Ifig getting that solo kill.
Oh, uses the heal just for the movement speed boost to secure the kill. Wasn't able to. And right now, here we have Suez.
And this is actually a really ideal position for Wargods to be in right now. Wargods has really strong sieging potential and pushing potential. They have a double AD carry, and both of these AD carries provide poke of some form.
Yeah.
Ezreal, he has a bunch of skill shots, can just like poke you out of the turret, while Corki does have that Phosphorus Bomb and that Missile Barrage available to further aid in poking you out of that turret.
Yep.
So we should expect Wargods to start sieging once they start establishing vision control, and once they decide to group up.
Yeah, they do have a good wave clear as well coming in from Wargods. They do plan to siege. And the Zed though,
yeah.
5-3-2. And nobody's at QSS right now, so I think he's still good. Just that he shouldn't do under the turret dives, because we've seen him do it for a couple of minutes, past few minutes rather.
Yeah, I believe probably 2 of those deaths from Zed have been due to bad tower dives.
Yep.
And I expect the Wargods team to probably have their QSSs come to the 30-minute mark. Once Ifig picks up that Blade of the Rune King, he will probably be going for that QSS, and Annie is looking to build ancient coin, so
Yeah.
adding a little bit more mobility to run away from that team combo of Superior Pro team. And here comes the objective control from Wargods, securing the buffs, and now, like I said earlier, going for that siege in that bot lane.
Wow, but people are pinging Baron from IPT, but they don't have any choice. They got out-rotated. They thought they were at Baron, and right now they're doing the recalls, and like, oops, nope, they're not here. Let's go back, guys.
Yeah, and even IPT hesitated a bit, trying to see if they could take the Baron themselves, realizing they didn't have enough damage and they used their entire base to get that happened. And here comes the culling.
Yeah, it's so not worth. I mean, right now they could, you know, potentially lose it if they don't do anything. Coops goes in, Cataclysm, he gets bursted down right away. JLC in the front line, very good. Glacial Prison hits 2 people, and right now Rox is in deep trouble. And now the members of Gamex.Wargods are rushing in, and JLC will probably explode. Nope, very. Wow, it wasn't enough. The burst wasn't enough there, and nobody died from Gamex.Wargods.
Yeah, so explosive team fight coming in. Coops did not have any follow-up to get in on to lock up that light on that Ezreal.
Yeah.
Once he went in, light was simply able to arcane shift away, and the response was just too late, and that allowed Wargods to just simply whack away at that IPT team and just kite and just win that team fight. That was a really good glacial person, like you said earlier, and from that they are able to take that turret and establish a gold lead of 5k in favor of Wargods, so turning this game around.
Yeah, it's just in time for Dragon as well. Whoa, canceling the recall. If Feek doesn't have any mana, also use the Valkyrie, forced to use a flash. They still want this. Morgana is there. Will the binding land? Who will get the kill? Of course, it's the Lucian that will get the kill. And right now, Shen, and you know, they're not gonna chase anymore. They just want this red buff, and it goes to Shen.
Yeah, this is actually a really good play from IPT, still keeping up that fighting spirit despite being down and having a bit of questionable fights, and they will be able to take this dragon unless something really bad happens.
Oh, I thought that would do the trick, but right now, Meganar is right here, lands the ultimate onto Coombs, but they do have to protect the carry. Zed is onto that Ezreal. Will he die from all that? And right now, Ochi gets snared by Morgana and he's isolated. And IPT is winning this fight. 2 members down from Gamex.Wargods. And right now, IPT didn't lose anyone at all.
They should really go for an objective right now. I don't know why they're recalling. That's a really questionable play coming in from IPT. They have the advantage
whoa,
and
whoa!
now they're needed left.
Ha ha ha! Surprise! Gets to kill the Zed. It's like an exchange. The fight doesn't stop. Someone just wants to recall, and then they just assassinate someone.
Yeah, so pretty decent trade coming in from Wargods,
Yeah.
taking the kills where they can find them, and that was a pretty good effort by IPT though. Like,
Yeah.
they're showing that they have a chance to still remain in this game and take that victory from Wargods.
Very, very back and forth. Although, in terms of map pressure, Wargods has it. But they still have the 3 dragons. Nobody has Baron yet. And we'll see what Wargods plans to do after everything. Ooh, Coops bumped into JLC. We'll just flag drag away.
Yeah, and they do need. IPT actually needs to be really careful at this time as Wargods is starting to stack up the armor. Take a look at the item builds coming in from JLC and OG. You see that JLC does have that Randuin's Omen as well as that Chain Vest, so that will be a Sunfire Cape and Randuin's plus that Ninja Tabi. And on the other hand, OG does have the Thorn Mail and Randuin. Here comes the pick.
Wow, Ancient Coin activated. Stun will land. Teleport will come from up top. It is Shen, but it will be too late. Will he be able to save his buddy? This Damascene buddy fights all over the place. Top, mid, and right now Zed is on the chase onto this Corki. But right now, Light manages to eliminate Morgana. It's a 1-for-1 all over the map so far. But right now, they're colliding, and the other damage are concentrated onto Coops. Zed is now onto Light, and that will be a 3-for-2 so far. That was a scattered fight.
Yeah, and I'm actually surprised that IPT was actually able to take 2 kills, so Suez doing really good plays right there. Solo killing Efik, then solo killing Light, taking away the carries, while the rest of the Wargods team, they chased out too much rather than collapsing in onto their carries. They should have focused on protecting their double carries rather than just trying to kill the tanks. Like at the top lane, we had like a wet noodle fight in that top lane, just slapping each other while not really doing anything substantial. And
wow, Suez is not in a good position. Stand United will be used. Zed, Enshin, I'm here for you, buddy. The rivals from the lore. And now it's so different. It's a different story right here. Zed is still alive with a couple of HP left, but Ochi will finish the kill. And that will be a double kill for Gamex.Wargods.
Yeah, so Rock's doing his best to protect Suez. Suez got a bit too greedy, farming in that bot lane, was ganked by Ochi. And got punished for that, so he will die alongside Rocks. And that will be Pinks coming in for that Baron. And let's see if IPT will be able to defend this.
The two ninjas died. Yeah, it's gonna be a free Baron. The death timers are just too long for IPT at the moment, at this point of the game, and I don't see any way they could steal this unless, you know, a miracle happens, really good timing. Yeah, this is really exciting though. Ancient Coin is right there, and now Koops goes inside the Baron pit, the culling as well, but there is light to interrupt everything. Red team, actually IPT, gets the Baron away from Gamex.Wargods, and wow, the clutch shield coming in from Poisanity. Oh, is it gonna hit? Nope, barely. It's not.
Yeah, so whoa, Chase still continues, but that was actually a really good play coming in from Hate. Hate was the person who enabled the Baron to be taken, while the other members of Wargods backed away from that Baron pit and focused on trying to kill the characters. Hate did his formed his culling, got Baron low enough to a point that Oops could smite it in the pit, and while both of them did die, it did keep IPT in that game for a little bit longer.
Yes, they prolonged the sieging powers of Gamex.Wargods.
Yeah, they will be able to push those lanes much easier.
Yep. One minute till Dragon. Let's see who's gonna get it. I mean, IPT has been doing really good Dragon calls, and they have been securing it for the past few minutes compared to Wargods.
Yeah, so yeah, even though IPT is down right now, they do have that Dragon control like you said, and they do have that Baron, so I feel like the best chance for IPT to come back will be taking those 5 dragons and just winning it from there, just trying to stall out as much as possible. And we do see that Corki is going for the last whisper. Ezreal already has his last whisper as well, so it looks like IPT is on the retreat right now as...
Ooh, Ancient Coin and Righteous Glory. Culling will be there, but looks like Koops will get caught out. He has no escape. Demacia onto Light, and that will do you no good. Wow, Stand United as well, but nope, that won't help you. But right now, split pushing itong si Zed, si Suez at the top lane.
Yeah, no, at the bottom you see Rox is doing the same thing as well, so this is actually really pretty good play coming in from IPT. I feel like this is the best call you can make in this scenario. You're going to lose your mid lane and your mid lane turret and inhibitor anyways, seeing as Jarvan is dead and Wargods is just so far ahead. So the best you can do at this point is try to take a bunch of turrets in return, and Oops is up in 5 seconds. Let's see what they do.
Yeah, and they do have still the Baron buffs. They're taking advantage of what they have. But right now, 3 members of Gamex.Wargods are still in the base. Actually, that's 4. Stronger gets caught out. And right now, very good Glacial Prison coming in from Ochi for the disengage. They just want to run away, but good binding coming in from Morgana. Rox right now just wants to kill Corki, but will die from all that. The burst coming in from Hate as well. He will disengage from that. Koops just wants his feet dead. And Light is the only one left on this clash because Gnar is right near the middle. He just wants to destroy the inhibitor.
Yeah, I feel like we might see another XPK moment coming to this game.
Like a while ago.
Yeah, Pacific versus Mineski. What was that? PG was actually able to backdoor them and
on the Fizz. He's Mega Gnar. He's gonna throw Zed back to his base. And now he's ignited, uses a flash. Flash for flash. Koops is gonna secure the kill onto JLC. Wait, oh wait, he's gonna die. Yeah. Wow, Poisanity got killed.
Red buff OP. Let's take a look at that replay in that bot lane. So we do see, once again, Stronger getting obliterated. OG doing his best with that 3-man, 4-man knock-up actually. However, they don't really have any peel for Light and Efik, and as a result, they just kind of get kited. They can't really kite that well, and Rox and Coops just do a really good job of collapsing onto the carries who try to do their best to kite. So we see here that the EQ combo does land onto Light, I believe.
Ah,
Oh,
Ezreal still had heals.
yeah. So, really good fight. If I had to choose who came ahead on that, I'd have to say Wargods, just because they were able to get 2 inhibitors in that process.
Definitely, and they also, during the replay, they got the dragon.
Yeah.
The 5th dragon of the game overall.
Oh yeah, okay. I thought it was the 5th aspect of the dragon.
I thought the 5th dragon overall.
Yeah.
So, right now, if they're gonna play safely, they're gonna be after the top inhibitor. Or they could, you know, force something IPT doesn't want and just rush in, because the waves are in Wargod's favor.
Yeah, IPT is in a really tricky position right now, as there are 2 inhibitors down, so they will be having super minions knocking on their doors from both lanes. So this leaves Wargods just able to take that top lane for free, knowing that someone's gonna have to defend the other lanes, meaning that it's a numbers advantage. You can just easily siege that turret and take it without any problem.
Well, there you go. People from Wargods are picking up top. And I would like also to commend IPT, despite having, you know, really behind all these team fights and map pressure, they still managed to get the gold really close.
Yeah, it's actually surprising. I just taking a look at the gold now, it's only 700 ahead. I'm actually really surprised right now. I thought it was at least 5k.
Yeah.
Like, I closed my eyes for a second and I look again.
Magic.
Yeah, magic.
So they are doing the methodical approach, and you know, wow, Sue is taking a lot of damage for the pull coming in from Gamex.Wargods, and just that easy, they're able to secure his Righteous Glory. Who are they after? They just want to scare IPT away from them damaging this inhibitor right now. And they have to do something quick. IPT has to do something quick. And Boy Sanity will get bursted down. Crucible onto himself. Coops goes in a group of 3 of Gamex.Wargods. And right now, Light is in big trouble. Zed manages to shut down Ezreal. And now Corki as well. He is in trouble. That's a double kill. And 3 members are still alive from IPT. But Ochi is very healthy right now. And Annie as well. But here comes Lucian. And manages to finish everyone from Gamex.Wargods. Only Ochi alive left from Gamex.Wargods. Only 2 members dead from IPT. Looks like he just wants the chase right here, but the base is in trouble. He will be forced out. Such a tanky champion.
That's
Ace. Wow!
Really close game. Wow. So IPT are now actually ahead. They are, however, down 3 inhibitors. Let's take a look at what made that happen. They invested way too many resources onto Poi, and there was no follow-up from that Glacial Prison. And Rox and I believe Coops just do work onto that backline of Wargods. Meanwhile, Hate outplaying JLC, and it just came down to mechanical errors. Once again, Wargods not collapsing in onto their carries, rather chasing out and just dying as a result, losing those team fights as a result. At this point, Gnar doesn't have any damage. They need to rely onto their carries for damage, and is this going to be another kill for IPT?
It's going to be Mega Gnar in a while. Rock's in a very bad position, dashes to safety. He doesn't die. Mega Gnar doesn't die. Ultimate will go to Stronger. Tivers will drop onto 1 person. Cataclysm as well. Light is in big trouble because Coop is just chasing him down, zoning him out, and now he's just trying his best to kite everyone. Lucian goes in, flag drag, 1 more auto attack, and he still has the arcane shift, but that won't matter. And now 2 members dead, and the fight is still on. From Gamex.Wargods and IPT, Glacial Prison will land onto Coops, but Ochi is very tanky, and those 2 people from IPT are very low. Won't be able to do anything, and now minions are rushing in towards the base of IPT. Oh.
This actually might be game here right now, even though IPT is ahead in gold at this point in the time. They do have 3 inhibitors down, and let's see the last resort effort trying to kill Efix, seeing if he can get that next, and he does. GG, well played.
Yeah, great game coming in from Gamex.Wargods and Imperium team. A very back-to-back sort of game. So, yeah.
That was very action-packed. Lots of action overall. And
yeah,
really great play. Really great play.
So, what do you think happened there, Neep?
I feel like I'm not really sure what to say about that game. Both teams had very similar comps in the sense that they had full physical damage, and once they had the Thorn Mails, it's just a question of who could get onto the carries before the other team did. And for IPT, it was a bit too late. Late game they were showing that they had potential to come back, however the damage had been done. Wargods had already breaking through the inhibitor lines, and it was just a matter of time before the 3 inhibitors managed to take that victory.
Yeah, it was really hard to come back from that with all the pressure.
The play from IPT was very commendable.
Yes, definitely.
Let's take a look at the standings after this game. So coming in after that victory, you see that Wargods does have 1 point for themselves, and if they are able to take the next game coming in, they will be at 3 points, while IPT is with 0 points. So let's see if they can come for that 1 point recovery.
Yeah, we do have one more game left. And actually, I just want to point out before we head on to the match and win winners, I would like to point out how I like the performance of Suez.
Yeah,
don't you
Suez
agree?
Definitely stepped up. It's been a while since we last seen him play competitive, and he definitely did a really good job in that game with that Zed. So I can see why Suez was taken in favor rather than taking Zed, their original mid laner.
Mid laner. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. So we are going to announce the winners for the match and win. So here we go. Congratulations to
Levidius.
Yeah. And T5 Maris Gle, your mother. Toki.
So
isn't that your
Toki is the top laner of the LCL University of the Philippines team. So
wow, congrats,
surprising. Yeah, I'm actually really close friends with him.
There we go. IGN Midnight, Shunanak, VGT Ness, HKG Goshi, Adrome, Coca-Cola, UG May, Fairmen 13, FLCNS Adib.
That guy's actually the player for the Adamson team, the Falcons.
Who?
Falcons Adib.
Oh!
So, really interesting. So, Filter Smoke and MDNP Pabs. So, congratulations to all of you. You've just won 150 RP.
Yes.
Which will be added straight to your account.
Yeah, within 2 weeks. And don't forget, guys, do not change your summoner names before the prizes are inserted. So yeah. So what are we gonna have for the next match?
So coming up, we will be having Game 2 of Gamex.Wargods versus Imperium Pro Team. And once again, this is live at the Pinoy Gaming Festival 2015 Summer Assembly here at the 4th floor of the Annex at SM North EDSA. So if you're near, maybe stop by and watch these players play live.
Yeah, and also GS Asarai, Shinbu, and GM Cairo X are there, so
yeah, you will be able to have the shoutcasting experience by those shoutcasters.
Yeah, don't hesitate to say hi to them if you see them. Anyway, once again, you're watching the Pro Gaming Series 2015 Summer Split, and the next game will be between Gamex.Wargods versus IPT. So once again, this is GS Riku.
And this is GS Riku.
So don't go away, we'll be right back.